don't need a return ticket where you're going. This is a one-way journey. Straight down!
Welcome to a new series of GamesMaster. I'm Dominic Diamond, I'm back and I'm grumpy. Each week we'll select people, some of them physically attractive, others laughably ugly, and we'll invite them down here to our dark dominion, where it's gloomy, depressing, but as old age pensioners will be happy to know, the central heating is always on full. So let's go over to GamesMaster for the first challenge of this gorgeous new series.
Greetings, one and all. I searched feverishly for a suitable game for our first challenge, and came to the conclusion that it could be none other than Mortal Kombat II. The new friendship moves may please those of a more delicate constitution, but of course, no Mortal Kombat game will be complete without those sensational fatalities. I've selected 3 pairs to take part in this bloody battle of wits, and I may add just a little something extra to spice things up.
So, for the first challenge, please welcome Graham Duffy, Daniel Bootrice, and Zen Fusion. Welcome, Duff. Welcome, Zen. And welcome, Daniel. Okay, now, Duff, we'll start with you. Now, you had a bit of an unpleasant experience with a slightly dodgy import copy of Mortal Kombat 2. What happened?
Yeah, I was playing as Shang Tsung, and I did the backflip, and he stopped halfway, and when I did the fireball, it came out of his backside.
Oh, so like a Mortal Madras. Zen. Now, Zen, you actually met Duff through playing Mortal Kombat 2. Tell us about that.
Well, what happened was Graham was on holiday and he was playing Mortal Kombat 2 in the arcade, and some guy come up to him and says, "I bet you'll never beat Zen." So we gave him your number, and here he is.
And that was it. Oh, that's really nice. I feel like Cilla Black. I feel like Cilla Black about twice a week, actually, to tell you the truth. Finally, Daniel, do you ever feel like Cilla Black?
Once a month, yeah.
Once a month. Okay. Right, okay, so what we're going to have here is these two are going to take on probably the most frightening character in the game, Baraka. Mr. Baraka, sir, is it okay to shake a hand, Mr. Baraka, sir? Okay, lovely. Thank you for coming on. We know you're a busy man. Let's take a look at these weapons you've got there, Mr. Baraka. Look at these. That's pretty scary. Bit of a problem picking the old nose, though, I'd imagine, no?
Not at all.
Yes. Well, now we've established Baraka can pick his nose, we'll let Duff pick his character. Andy Hutchison, GamesMaster's resident special move expert, is with us. Andy, we know all about your moves. What about Jax, I think it is, we've got first up here?
Well, he's got 3 special moves. He's got his fireball, his ground slam, and his grab. And, of course, he's got that very special finishing move, which is the arm decapitation.
Oh, well, we'll look forward to that one. So, best of luck to Baraka and Duff. Let's start the fight. Well, obviously, you see Baraka with the skull on the left-hand side, Jax in the black pants on the right. The energy bars at the top of the screen is how well they're doing. The more green they are, the more healthy they are.
Baraka coming in with that interesting slice and dice move.
Oh, that was a quadruple there from Jax.
Slam jam, thank you, ma'am.
Let's hear it for the scissor.
Hey, Moolinex that boy. I want to see some innards on the floor.
Their energy's a bit low, both of them, though. Jax probably doing slightly worse.
Oh, fireball to the head there.
Oh, that's it.
Baraka's coming in. Could see an interesting move there.
Oh! And Jax loses a few pounds there. Baraka takes the first bout. So, Baraka beats Duff, and now it's time for Daniel to try his luck. Best of luck, Daniel. Here we go. Right, Baraka's on the left, Kung Lao on the right. You see the energy bars at the top of the screen. Off they go. Oh, lovely spinning move there, followed by a hat throw. What a great start for Kung Lao. Oh, but he's right
next time.
Oh, right into those
slice and dice.
Now, this is more of a fight, Hutch, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're seeing all the special moves coming into play
It's
here.
coming back strongly. And then,
We saw the teleport just then.
and there's a bloke with a cloak on at the back.
Yeah, that's right. That's actually an Avon lady.
What did Jehovah's Witness?
That's right. But Kung Lao is really laying into
Baraka's
Baraka
energy
now.
slow. Oh, let's get the
going
finish
in
there.
with
We're going to see the
special
special move. It's the... Oh dear, there's a man in
He's
two minds
fallen
about
to
things.
pieces.
So, Daniel wins that one. Baracus has one defeat. Now it's time for Zen. Okay, best of luck, Zen. Best of luck, Baracus. Here we go for the third and final bout. So, Katana's the girl in the blue on the right. Baracus still has his skull and white grubby vest on the left. Oh, first blood to Katana there.
Right, well, here comes a fan.
That was that fan. And
There goes a
throws it.
fan toss. Great combo move.
Got him right between the toes there, Hutch.
That's right. It looks very painful indeed.
Oh, it's fan crazy ahoy.
Hey, she's a number one
That
fan.
caught him somewhere where the sun don't shine there.
It's fantastic out there.
Both the energy quite low. This is a close one, Hutch.
Baraka's coming back.
Oh, another great fan move.
think we can see something special here.
Katana's caught it. Oh, and this is it. Katana could be over. And what's Braga doing here? He's giving her a present. It's a friendship move. Beautiful finish from Baraga. Round of applause for our resident new man, Baraga. Thank you very much, Baraga. Okay, now we're left for our three challengers. Okay, first of all, from Duff and Zen, a quick excuse as to your poor performance, Duff.
Well, he's got me a dress and he's got a few hard mates as well.
That's fair enough, I understand that. Zen?
I just didn't want to hurt him because he wouldn't speak to me again otherwise.
That's true, and because you like making friends through Mortal Kombat 2.
Well, that's it, yeah.
So that's fine. Finally, Daniel, you sliced him in half in the end.
Yeah.
Is this normal behaviour for a lad with your hairstyle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine, the less said about that, the better then. But congratulations, Daniel, because he's won the first GamesMaster Golden Joystick of the series. Round of applause then for Daniel, Zen and Duff. Now, while our challengers argue over who can pull the most birds following their TV appearance, we'll take a look at today's reviews. If we were being harsh, we'd say that Alien v Predator was a Doom rip-off trotted out to boost flagging Jaguar sales, but we're not, so we won't.
You can play three different characters. You can be an alien, a predator, or a marine. With the marine, you get tooled up with some excellent weapons, you've got some great guns, and you get some really creepy moments as you walk around this rather dark and eerie space station.
Walking around the space colony, you don't get to see that many aliens or predators. They're really rather spaced out, and when they do come and attack you, they're normally in groups of 3 or 4. This does tend to make for rather boring gameplay, as, you know, you're just walking around with absolutely nothing to do.
Alien versus Predator has a lot of problems, but I think they're sort of eased by the overall size of the game and the amount of challenge that's there. It's probably the only thing in the Jaguar that's actually worth the cost of the cartridge, and it's certainly better than things like Trevor McFur.
Now we have the very maturely titled Ballz. A few years ago I would have made some pathetic joke about this title, but I'm grown up now, you'll be pleased to hear.
The characters are particularly quirky in Ballz. There's ostriches, clowns, strongmen, scorpions, and they all have attack patterns and special moves that sort of relate to the kind of character they are. This works quite well, and it makes for a bit of a novelty, along with obviously the 3D aspect of the game.
It's fluid, it's fast, it's like Virtua Fighter, very difficult to control, and it takes a long time to get used to, but once you do, it's actually really good fun.
Finally, we know Smash Tennis has been out for a while, but we'll still review it, A, because it's fab, and B, because we feel like it.
All the shots are under your fingers. You've got buttons for lobs, you've got slices, top spin, all sorts of play. You can play at the net, you can play at the back of the court, doubles, singles, it's all there.
Apart from just being a great tennis simulation, Smash Tennis has a lot of hidden secret options and bonuses. For example, on the beach course, you can hit the palm tree, knock a coconut out, and you don't get any points or anything, but it's just a nice little touch.
On a rainy Saturday night, this would probably be an ideal game. You can invite some of your friends around, plug a multi-tap in, and away you go.
Tonight's celebrity guest is just making a last-minute call to his accountant in Zurich. While he does that, let's find out what he'll be playing.
For my second challenge, I've picked a game that will run circles around the opposition and leave other footballing games on the bench. Super Sidekicks 2 on the Neo Geo. The contrasting styles of Brazil and England will come together today, and I'll be looking for players to make the most of the variety of moves they have available to them. Most importantly, strikers must use their special chance option, which, if activated, gives goal-hungry players a pot shot on goal. Right, lads, let's give it 110%, or the dog gets it.
Because it's the first show in the series, we're in an extra special guest-type situation. Please welcome the star of My Blue Heaven, Gag Tag, Do the Right Thing, and Fantasy Football. All these shows and not one DAS commercial inside, Frank Skinner. Welcome, Frank.
Dominic!
Now,
What
Frank,
a joy.
I was just
Of course, that's sort of a gothic tiswas, isn't it? I love it.
Listen, Frank, I was mentioning all the shows that you're doing. Possibly the most interesting thing for me is what was it like to work with the legend that is Terry Wogan?
Well, I was very excited. When I first got there, I just wanted to touch the hem of his garment, you know. But when I got used to it, he's in fact a very lovely man. And I think we could all learn a lot from him, Dominic, you know.
Especially about hairpieces.
Meaning what, exactly?
OK, well, you'll be playing a very lovely person tonight, Frank,
Well,
actually.
marvellous.
Please welcome Hugh Williams. Welcome, Hugh. OK, now, Hugh, Frank's obviously from Fantasy Football. You're playing a football game tonight. Who do you support?
Well, did support Aldershot.
But they're not in the league anymore.
No, very sadly, it was upsetting time.
They got kicked out, didn't they?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right, while I advise Frank on suitable pension plans, we'll take a quick commercial break. Welcome back. Our special guest tonight is Frank Skinner, star of every single TV show in Britain this year. He'll be playing against Hugh Williams, who hasn't starred in any TV shows this year apart from this one, but he is actually quite a nice bloke. Brad Burton from Amiga Action is in the dugout with me. Brad, give us some tips on what's the best way of scoring on Super Sidekicks 2.
I think what you've got to do here, Dominic, is you're going to have to get hold of that ball, keep hold of that ball, and whack it in the net. That's the bottom line, really, mate.
Very clever one there, Brad. OK, best of luck, Frank. Best of luck, Hugh. Let's go to kick-off. OK, so Hugh is playing Brazil, playing from right to left in the famous gold shirts. Frank is playing England, playing from left to right in the white shirts. Now, Brad, each team's got a couple of special players.
That's good, mate. When each of the teams have an ace player, that player is your best striker. He gets within the scoring distance, he's going to whack it in there, and he's going to score. Chance, here we go. What he's got to do is...
Oh, it's in! It's 1-0 to Brazil already!
Hugh's got the advantage, yeah, Dom.
When you get in certain positions, the chance box pops up, and you've got to position the cursor where you think he's going to score.
Well, this is it. Frankie's going to have to get his act together, pull his socks up, and get it on. It's not as good as playing football as it is telling jokes to the guy, but pull his socks up, like I say, and get
another chance for Frank.
Check it in. That's the equaliser.
And Hugh's keeper stands still. I think the keepers aren't taking enough of that up your guts thing, I think. So it's England 1, Brazil 1. OK, Brazil to kick off.
Go back, kick it up, like.
OK, Brazil now. To the wing. Tips it up. Oh, that's the ace player now. He's got a chance again.
He got it. Boom.
Yes! And again, Frank's keeper with leg football boots, which means it's Brazil 2, England 1. OK, here we go for the start of the second half. England on the attack, making their way forward. That's Hugh going up the pitch now. Frank goes off.
Let's get some dirty tackles in there, fellas. Come on, Frankie.
England on the attack. He's got a chance. Again. Goal to England. England 2, Brazil 2. Still no sign of movement from those goalkeepers.
And he's just sacking all the opponents out here.
OK, here goes Brazil. It's a break down the wing.
Look it out. And there you go. You go.
Just outside the box there. He's got the shoot thing. He shoots. And the referee blows for the final whistle, which means at the end of normal time, it's England 2, Brazil 2. So with the score tied at 2-2 after normal time, we go into sudden death penalties. Whoever misses the first one loses. Let's start the penalties.
There's two other crowd behind.
The first penalty now. What would you recommend here?
Touch on and make corners.
Oh, it's a save! It's the first save the keeper has made in this whole match, which means Frank Skinner's England misses their first penalty. It means if Hugh's Brazil gets this in,
There we go. Then Brazil have won.
Brilliant diving save. He went for the bottom corner. I thought that was going to go in, Brad.
Guy was gutted.
Okay, here we go. Frank's second penalty.
Good working, Dom. Which way, mate? Which way to go in here?
He's going right for the keeper again, right for the middle.
So England missed two. Now will Brazil put the second chance away? They did it in the World Cup final. Will they do it here?
Oh, he saved it!
Goalkeeper!
And now at last the keepers are playing, Brad.
Let's go for it, fellas.
Okay, here we go. Frank's third penalty.
Different tactics, I think, Gain.
We've already had Stuart Pearce and Chris Waddle.
It's and it can score.
Which means that Hugh needs to score with this penalty, otherwise Frank has won. It's very tense here.
The golden joystick depends on this.
Still nothing can split these two. We got England's fourth penalty.
Get those gloves on.
Goalkeeper spreading himself.
Oh, it's a keeper.
These guys
Now, once more, if Hugh Williams Brazil scores this, they have won. It's very tense here. They line up.
Hugh Williams Brazil wins the challenge.
Frank Skinner. Eat no words.
Oh, what a sickness.
Right, now Hugh, it was very tense at the end there, penalty shootout. What was going through your mind, that final penalty?
I was worried about Frank all the way along, but I knew with his comedy routine and everything else, it was just quick speed that he was relying on, and I was relying on the skill.
Score won the day. Frank?
Well, one of the problems I had was that I didn't realise that we weren't going to change ends at half-time. So I spent the first half of the second half attacking my own goal, right, which was a bit of a mistake.
And now tell us about the tour you've got coming up, Frank.
I start in Guildford on October the 1st, and I do 56 dates in 2 months. So
Is that the biggest tour ever?
I think it's the biggest tour ever in the world by anybody.
All right, best of luck with that, Frank.
Cheers.
But the golden joystick goes to Hugh Williams. Let's have another round of applause for today's special guest, Frank Skinner. Okay, now it's time for many burning questions from Super Mario to the continued employment of Danny Baker to be answered in the consultation zone.
Welcome to my consultation zone, where the lost souls among you can receive a moment's solace from your games playing anguish. Who's first for your personal attention?
Hey, GamesMaster. When I'm playing Mortal Kombat II on the Mega Drive, I keep seeing strange characters hiding behind the trees in the Living Woods level. Who are they?
The characters you see appearing are Smoke and Jade, hidden commoners that only the privileged can access. To unleash Smoke, keep an eye out for the little chap who pops up now and then, shouting toast. As soon as he appears, you must press start and down together. Instantly, you will find yourself face to face with Smoke. You can only reach Jade if you're playing a one-player deck. Work your way through the battle plan until you're fighting the character preceding the mysterious question mark. Now, here's the trick. Defeat your opponent using only low kicks, and lo and behold, you'll be transported to face Jade. Any other questions on this beat-em-up gore-fest?
I've heard there's a secret mode on Mortal Kombat 2 on the SNES, where you transform into a different character when you get beat.
Indeed there is. Turn on your console while holding down the left and right buttons. Keep holding them, and after a few seconds you'll be greeted by the figure of Shang Tsung. Now, when you enter the game, you'll find yourself in the secret two-player tournament mode, where you can select a team of 4 players to fight with. How's that?
Oh, thanks, GamesMaster.
Well, that's as much help as I'm prepared to offer at the moment. See you next time.
Now it's time to go back to GamesMaster to find out what tonight's final challenge is.
Tonight's final challenge is on the much-awaited classic TV Earthworm Jim. 2 contestants will have 60 seconds each to collect as many neutron capsules as possible on the first level of this humorous platform rocket. Players should watch out for the dog at the start of the level who will attempt to pull your pants down and waste valuable time. Good luck.
Playing Earthworm Jim tonight, we have Eddie Wheeler and Tim Diggle. Welcome, Eddie. Welcome, Tim. Okay, now, Eddie, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Oh, go down to a local club, dance club.
Dance club, dance rave kind of thing?
Just dance music, that's all.
Tim, we were talking beforehand about crisps, funnily enough, weren't we? And remind us, what's your favourite type of crisps again?
It has to be cheesy Wotsits.
Okay, right. Just before Tim and Eddie play Earthworm Jim, we've got a little special feature on some of the background to the game. Earthworm Jim is the latest creation from official rich bloke Dave Perry, the man responsible for Aladdin and Cool Spot. Jim starts off as an earthworm, finds a spacesuit and gets transformed into a superhero. These things happen. As Earthworm Jim battles his way through 30 money-spinning levels, you see a cute little puppy dog who turns a bit Rottweiler if you let him get hurt. He indulges in some head-to-head battles with Psycho Crow, and there's 5 secret stages known as the Dark Rooms hidden in level 5. But what happens when Jim finally reaches his fairy tale princess? I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. Groovy! Okay, Earthworm Jim, any tips for our 2 challengers?
Keep moving, essentially. There are plenty of neutron capsules around, but if they shoot the baddies, then more are revealed.
Okay then, best of luck. We're having Eddie going first. Each contestant gets 60 seconds to collect as many neutron capsules as they can. Eddie, your time starts now. So off goes Eddie. You can see the time ticking down in the top and centre of the screen. His energy's on the top left of the screen. Oh, it's 40% just now. You did say you should try shooting the bad guys as well, Simon.
That's right. He obviously didn't listen to me. He's launched the cow. That's essential to progress.
Top right-hand corner of the screen is the total neutron capsules. He's got 40 seconds left. He's only got 6 though, Simon.
Another couple there.
Halfway through the time, 15, 17. This is getting a bit better now, Simon.
Yeah, up to 17. Doing okay for himself.
They're quite tricky, those pads. Make the bounce.
Yeah, missed a few there. Yeah. Going back, I think.
20 seconds left, 20 capsules collected. That's bizarre, that. One of life's strange coincidences. It's a conveyor belt now, Simon, isn't it? It's a bit tricky, this.
It's going to work its way up to the top there, doing okay.
10 seconds left, 29 capsules.
There are loads at the top there if you can just reach them.
5 seconds left, 4, 3, so it's 34 capsules, 2.
Not a bad total. 36.
That is it, a total of 36 neutron capsules for Eddie. Eddie, please make way for Tim. Best of luck, Tim. Off you go. Okay, Tim's 60 seconds begins. Time in the top middle of the screen. Percentage of health, top left. Number of neutral capsules, top right.
36 to beat, and he's got none.
He's got 0 after the first 10.
I think he wants to start getting some quickly.
Right, last he's managed to launch a cab. He's going to watch this crow. It's in a pesky. 3 neutral capsules, 40 seconds. This is not good, Simon.
Not at all, no.
He's going in an upward direction here. He's
all over the place.
Halfway through the time.
There are quite a few up there. He needs to keep moving.
I think his only hope now is he gets further through the level than Eddie did, really. But 3 of those, so 20 seconds left. 23 now. He's actually beating. He's actually doing better than what Eddie did at this stage now. Quickly,
If he just avoids the strike.
He's up there. 8 seconds left. He's up 31. 33. 5 seconds left. He needs 3 more. If he can get this,
He's done it. Fantastic.
And he finishes with 38, which means that Tim is the winner. Bad luck, Eddie. Well done, Tim. Eddie, I thought that score would have been good enough, actually, to win, but in the end, unfortunately, it wasn't. What went wrong with your performance then?
Well, I never did enough jumps. Tim did a brilliant comeback, and it was very close anyway.
And that was it. Certainly was. Tim, it was just right at the end, that last leap you got it. Were you quite confident throughout?
No, I was kind of really sweating, you know.
Well, listen, Tim, this, my friends tell me, and a lot of them are figurine experts, is a maquette of Earthworm Jim. It's actually worth a lot of money, and the Shiny Boys have made it up for us especially. And so you are going to get that, actually. You can buy a lot of cheesy Wotsits for that. And as well as that, of course, Tim, you have won the Golden GamesMaster joystick. Round of applause again then, Tim and Eddie. Right, I'm off now to put dried bogies on the outside of people's noses. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.